everyone, welcome or welcome back to Budgets and Dreams. How are you? I hope you're having an absolutely amazing week. So when I did my video on Friday, I completely forgot that I'd be coming to see you again this week to do a zero out. Yay, very exciting. New format for zero out this month as well. My voice feels really weird. I don't know if it sounds weird to you, but I've got a bit of a bubble in my throat, but I can't get it out. So sorry if it sounds really odd. Right then, so we're just going to get stuck straight into things because I have a lot of words that I need to use today. So I won't tell you about my weekend until I do the cash stuffing video, which I'm going to film after this actually, but you'll see it on Friday. So yeah, I'll tell you about my weekend then because I'm already going to be using quite enough words in this video. So let's get started then. Let's have a look at what money we are playing with today. So we have got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 91, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, £250 we are zeroing out with today. So £75 of that is from the bank account. So after I've paid all the bills and that out of my salary, whatever is left, I zero out. So that was about £76 and a bit of pennies. So I put the £1 a bit of pennies into our digital pennies pot, and we've got £75 in cash. There is also £75 from YouTube money. So thank you very much again for everyone who watches the ads, and all of you who comment and like and subscribe, because all of that helps the channel reach more people, which is lovely. So thank you so much for that. I really do genuinely really appreciate you and everything, so thank you. And then also in here there is £100. I don't have the binder with me, but do you remember, you know, the digital penny pot where I'm colouring in the little yellow circles? So that reached £100, which is very exciting, yay. So that was because one of our savings accounts matured. So the savings account that we save our emergency fund in is a nationwide account, which is 6.5%. And it matures annually. So that matured, which is great. So I got £22 out of that. And then also I got about £14 of interest out of all of the money that I have in sterling anyway. So all that together put me over the 100, which is awesome. And then plus another sort of £10-ish or something like that. So I forgot to bring the tracker to colour it in, but I'll just do that off camera. But yeah, so we've got an extra £100 to play with for zero out, which is really super exciting. So normally I'd get the binders and I'd empty loads of stuff out and we'd roll a dice and we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it would be all the things that we're saving for in challenges and bits and bobs. But I'm going to do things a bit differently moving forward. But before I explain exactly how I'm going to be doing things, I just want to pop 20 quid of this into cash because we've got a mega credit card bill this month, so I just want to give cash a bit of a helping hand. And then I'm also going to be putting £30 into adventure for the same reasons. So let's just pop that in. 30 in there, lovely. Sweet, so we have got now around £200 to play with for zero out, and so yeah, let's talk about it. Right, okay, cool. So I've been had this on my mind for a really long time. So we have got three really big things that we want to save for. We've got a house deposit, which to be honest with you, we're still in absolutely no rush to do. But yeah, house deposit we want to save for. We also want to save for 6 months worth of expenses. And we would like to save for a trip to Japan, which is Oscar's dream destination. And if we can, I would absolutely love to have that trip as he finishes compulsory education, which may be another 4 or 5 years or so. So we've got a bit of time to save for that. But yeah, 3 big things, and they're all like thousands, right? So the house deposit, I ideally would like 50,000, and we'd like to have that in the next 4 years. That's not going to happen, but we'll do what we can. The 6 months worth of expenses, ideally, I would like to have that before we buy a house. But that in itself is going to be another 24 grand. So in the next 4 or 5 years, it's not going to happen. We'll just do what we can. And Japan, I've got absolutely no idea how much Japan's going to cost, but I'm going to budget about 20 grand for the 3 of us to go and have like the most epic tour of Japan. It's such a pipe dream, but you know, if you don't aim for it, then it's never going to happen. So we'll start saving for that, and then again, whatever we have when we get there is what we have. So I have a plan for Japan, but I'll share that with you in a couple of weeks' time. The house deposit, we're going to start putting more into the LISA every month, starting from next month, I think. So we've been putting £20 a month in for ages. Then I've upped it to £50 a month for last month, this month, and maybe next month, can't remember. And then after that, I'm going to up it to £50 a week. So £25 each into each of our lices a week. So that'll be £200 a month, which is loads. But then that just leaves us with the 6 months worth of expenses, or, you know, an emergency fund. And I am jumping on the don't want to call it emergency fund bandwagon, but similarly, I don't want to call it 6 months worth of expenses because, oh my God, is that a mouthful? And with my ability to communicate, that will most likely come out as quite often. So we're not going to call it that. So totally inspired by Boaty McBoatface, I have decided to call my 6 months worth of expenses savings Savey McSave face, or Savey McSave for short. So every zero out will now be Savey McSave day. So I have a new binder for Savey McSave. Oh, isn't it cute? It's so shiny. I absolutely love it. I am proper in love with this binder. It just gives all of the special that it requires, because this is going to be a long process. So we're going to start with saving 1 month's worth of expenses, and then, yeah, we'll just keep dripping it over until maybe one day when I'm about 100, I have saved 6 months worth of expenses just in time. Yeah, so anyway, so this is the Savey McSave binder, and what I have for the Savey McSave binder is I have all of these amazing trackers from the beautiful Budgie Budgets. So Freya very kindly designed these for me, and obviously I did, you know, pay her for that. But yeah, so I could have made these myself, but I was watching a few Australian budgeters a while back, and still do, but yeah, and I was getting serious Budgie Budgets tracker envy. I love Freya, I love everything that she does, and yeah, I just really wanted my own. So these are all the categories that we have, and I will talk through each of these and the amounts that we're going to save, and then we'll actually save some money. So skip forward if you're not interested in hearing the whys and wherefores and how I've calculated all of this. But yeah, for all of those of you who do and would like the backstory, then buckle in. So we have got categories wise, we have got, I'm going to go from the back actually, utilities, subscriptions, spending, rent, health. I haven't laminated these because I'm still, you know, not getting the laminator out. Groceries, clothes, car, and buffer. So those are our categories, and I'll just talk through all of the numbers that sit behind these. Oh, and if anyone who's wondering why I'm not getting the laminator out, as soon as I get the laminator out, that will be it then. I will be back up and running, and I'll want to carry on, and I'll want to make products and get it on Etsy and everything like that. And I know that will happen. So I'm not quite ready medically, health-wise, yeah, to be getting back up and running on Etsy yet. So I can't get the laminator out until I'm ready, because otherwise I'll burn myself out. Anyway, that's the story. Right, so 6 months of expenses. I think we'll probably have to zoom in a little bit for this. So we've got loads of numbers. Let me cover these numbers up so it's not too distracting. One sec. Okay, so we have got category. The actual amount that we need to save to cover this is just for 1 month of expenses, the numbers you're going to see. The amount that we need that I've calculated for 1 month, then a rounded number, which is rounded, I think it's to the nearest 50. Might be wrong, might be rounded up, can't remember. And then a tracker amount, which is the amount that each of the trackers will save. So Freya did ask me if I wanted a certain number of icons on each tracker, but I really didn't want to be a pain. So I just said whatever looks the best aesthetically, and I'll work with it. So that's what I've done. So some of the tracker amounts I've had to juggle around a bit, which is fine. I'm perfectly happy with that. So the first one that we have is a buffer. So we've got a £200 buffer that I would like to save, which is rounded to 200. And also the tracker saves 200, which is handy. We have got car. So the car we need to save for 1 month is 523, which I've rounded to 500, and the tracker also saves 500. What I've done on these is I've written on the back what the goal is for each of these. So buffer was 200. Let's move this, make some space. Buffer was 200. And then for car, The goal is 500, and that includes our monthly car payment because we have a car loan, which we've had this whole time. It's not new, don't worry. And we always said we were never going to rush to pay it off, so that's still ticking in the background. And we will be getting a new car once we've paid off that car loan, because the car has a lot of value in it, so it's worth rolling it into another one and continue that until one day there's so much values in the car that we're not paying very much on a car loan. It's a long thing. Ben's dreams. It's fine, we'll roll with it. So car payment, that will also cover road tax and petrol. It won't cover insurance because we will have saved for that separately. So next we have clothes. So we want £100 for a month of clothes, rounded to 100, but the tracker only saves 90. So what I've done is I've just put a little thing on the back to say we'll need to save an extra £10 for this one when we're finished, but that's fine. So that's clothes. Groceries, so we need to save 589, which rounds to 600, but the tracker saves 560, which is fine, because all of these bits where the tracker is a bit out, it all balances itself out in the end. So for groceries, we want to save 600, that's the tracker goal, or the other way around. That's the tracker goal. Doesn't matter. That includes £100 of food per week, £25 for like home stuff, so loo roll, bleach, that sort of thing, and also our Huel subscription. I suppose technically could be in subscriptions, but never mind. Health. So health is next. So I figured out we need £220, which we rounded to 200, but the tracker actually saves 250. So this is health. So the goal is 250. That's the tracker amount on this one. But the actual goal is 200. And that includes Oscar's Clubs, Ben's Gym, and then Oscar Clubs extras. So scouts trips, gym competitions, leotards, that sort of thing. So that's that one. Then we have rent. So we want to save 1,500 for rent. So our rent is actually only 10.50. But what I've done for this one is I've trying to future-proof it a little bit. So either, you know, some point in the future, our rent's going to go up, or we're going to move, or we're going to buy a house. All of those will incur extra rent money. So I've tried to future-proof this a little bit for us. So we're going to save £1,500, which is the same all across the board, rounded to 1,500. Tracker saves 1,500. So that's the rent one. Yeah, so current rent and future-proof uplift, that's what I've called it. Then we've got spending. So I've worked out we need 260, which rounds to 250, but the tracker saves 225. And that's fine. So yeah, so we're going to save 250 because that's rounded. But this tracker saves 225. That includes £100 a month for Ben, £100 for me, £40 for Oscar, and £20 for food. This adds up to 260, but we're aiming to 250 just because this rounds to the nearest 50. It all balances out in the end. And then subscriptions. So we need actually need £144 for subscriptions, which rounds to 150, but the tracker saves 140. It's just the way that I've had to work things out. So the goal is 140. No, the goal is 150, tracker saves 140. Excuse this mess. Let's just pretend it's not there. So subscriptions includes our Sky TV, Apple storage, Oscar's Xbox live thingy, TV license, union fees, and Spotify. So that is everything under subscriptions. And then lastly, we have utilities. So I figured we need to save £500, which rounds to 500, but the tracker saves 525. So this is utilities, so 525, 500. And this includes gas and electric, water, council tax, phone bills, and internet. So the council tax, I just realised, is not future-proofed, but that's fine because we'll have bits of extra in other places, so it's not a big problem. So yeah, so that is it. That is all the trackers that are now going to be going into the Savey McSave binder, which is super exciting. So here it is in all of its loveliness again. What I've got in here is some envelopes that I got off of Amazon. They arrived so grubby and they're so staticky, they pick up all the dust. So apologies in advance if you can see this on camera, they just look filthy. That's not me, I'm not filthy. They just arrived that way and whatevs, I'm not too bothered. But yeah, I ended up getting 12 of these for like £8 or something, and I just wanted to try them out. And yeah, I'm not impressed. They're just a bit grubby. Yeah, really disappointed. I did try and clean them, but yeah, I don't know why they're so grubby, but they is what they is. So those are the envelopes that we are going to use. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to put all of these in, because what we're going to do is we're going to roll a dice. I got me some new fancy dice. We're going to roll a dice to see which note goes in where. But I've got a funny feeling I'm going to get all stressed if I'm having to flip backwards and forwards. So I think what I'm going to do actually is just lay them all out on the table. So let's do that. Let's make some space. Oh, also Freya sent me this because she's a doll. Ain't it lovely? I really like this tracker. It's really cool. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going to use that, but soon. Soon for something, I'm sure. Right, so let's try and make this work, shall we? Right, so we've got 9, so try and squeeze them all on. I've done my best. How does that look? Is it just one big eye ache of black and white? Probably. Oh, right, let me just tidy these up a little bit. Okay, hopefully you can see all of that. So what I'm gonna do, a la Mum Wife Budget Life, of which this setup is totally inspired, by the way. Amanda, Mum Wife Budget Life, such a mouthful to say. I'm going to shuffle these all up and jumble these all up into a random order. So rather than doing the £5, then the £10 and the juggle and all that stuff, I thought I'd just put them in a random order and then we'll roll the dice and just see where things land. So I probably could do with another 5 in there somewhere. Let's do one in there and another one in there. Cool. So those are all in a jumbled order. So now I can roll the dice and we can get cracking. So my mat's not really any good for rolling on, is it? I mean, we could try. Is it going to work? Not really. I don't trust it. Right, so we're not going to worry about that. So I'm going to roll it on the desk and hopefully it doesn't all roll off. It might be a bit loud though, so sorry about that. So, let's get cracking. So this is the first lot of savings for Savey McSave. I hope I have explained that whole 6 month worth of expenses thing. Oh, one thing I didn't say, 1 month of expenses is a total of £4,000. Ugh, isn't that horrible? I have overestimated on a lot of stuff though, because that is, you know, the nature of what it's for, is to make sure that we're okay should stuff go wrong. So I have overestimated on quite a few things. But yeah, £4,000 for 1 month worth of expenses. If I can get that done in a year, fantastic. If not, meh, that's fine. I'm just gonna make this as fun as possible to keep me as engaged as possible, which is the whole point. So let's roll and get going. I'm so excited. Right, okay. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is health. 1. Buffer. 7, that'll be that one, spending. Car is getting a 5. 7 again. Car again, let's give this a proper roll. Car again. Clothes, ooh, clothes got the 20. 1, 2, come on now. 4, groceries, lovely. 7, why do I get dice that aren't like fair? Come on. 8, subscriptions, lovely. 1 is that one. What was that? Buffer. 2, come on. Rent really needs some, seeing as it's massive. What I will do is once these get filled up, any number that then becomes free, I will use for rent as well. So we've got 9 categories. If I roll a 0, that will also be going into rent, because it is massive and it's not getting any. Come on. 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need a 6. Come on. 1 more. Come on. Utilities didn't get any. The 2 most important things: paying our rent and paying our to keep the lights on. That's not fair. No, groceries. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm hurting inside. That was sad. Right, let me organise these into a pile and we will take these one by one for the colouring in. Right, so first off, we have got Buffer. So Buffer got 10, 20, 30, 40, which is lewds. And each of these is 5. So I get to colour on 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I don't know whether to colour them in or just colour the little loop. I'm going to colour the little, I'm a bit shaky for that, maybe not. Let's try it. Yeah, that'll do. Right, I'm going to colour the little loop. I don't know if that'll come across on camera too well, but that's what we're going to do. 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's awesome. That's loads of progress on that already. So let's chuck a Buffer and it's £40 into the Savey McSave binder. We've started. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Right, so the next one we have got is car, and car got a ton. So car got 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, which is loads. And each of these is £12.50. So now I have to figure out maths. Hang on, got my ropey old calculator, one sec. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55. 55 divided by 12.5 is 4. So we can colour in 4 of those. May as well use this green again. So 4 cars. Eek. Oh, I can't tell you how excited I am about this. So yeah, I said this was inspired by Mum Wife Budget Life, the lovely Amanda. She did a similar sort of thing for her moving expenses, and it just looked really satisfying because those big long goals, you kind of want to be able to break it up a bit. Colouring off the things and them being like varying amounts as well. I don't know, it really appealed to me. God, you know, the more I'm talking, the more my voice sounds weird. I feel like I'm using somebody else's brain. I don't know if that makes sense. Oh. Right, I promise I won't take this long to colour everything in all the time. Oh, let me know in the comments, A, do you like this plan? And B, do you like watching people colour stuff in? Because I won't spend forever colouring stuff in if you're not interested. I can always just do that off camera. So let me know. Oh, I missed a tyre. I mean, there's some semi-good colouring involved in there. It's so nice to colour on paper, by the way, just saying. That's my excuse anyway for not laminating everything. So that is car, 4 of those coloured off, which is lovely. So I think we saved enough to colour in 4.4 cars, but 4 is enough. Oh, and also speaking of Freya, the lovely Budget, if you have not been to Freya's channel before, she's amazing, she's lovely, she's sweet, she's kind, she's funny, so funny, and she's very nearly at 1,000 subs. So if you do want to head over to check out Budgets, please do, because yeah, you won't regret it. She's ace. Right, so clothes got 25, and clothes is £2 each. 25 divided by 2. So we can colour in 12 of these. Oh my gosh, now that is going to take forever. I'm going to colour it in, so I'll be back in a minute. Oh my gosh, that was all kinds of fun. My shakiness did get the better of me in some places, but yeah. Oh, that was so good. Right, so that is £25 for clothes saved already, which is great. So let's shove that in there. Lovely. Right, so up next we have groceries. So we've got 25 for groceries. These are each £20, so I can only colour in 1 basket. This could take me 8,000 years to colour in, so I don't really know what I'm going to do. Let me just colour in this basket at least. We'll colour this in orange, and then maybe off camera I'll go to town on everything in the basket. I love these icons that Freya uses for these trackers. They're so good. You can get a lot of these as downloads, by the way, on Freya's Etsy. But yeah, so that is the first bit for groceries. So then I've got 25. So then the next time we say 15, we'll colour in another one. That's how that will all work. Lovely. So that's that one. Right, next we have got health. And I just dropped Savey McSave on the floor. Oh my gosh, what a mess. Everything fell out. Right, so health is up next. We each of these is £5. So we'll just colour in one of these. It's really nice using Sharpies and getting to see what colours they should actually be. Because it's all very different when you do it on laminate, isn't it? So 5 into health to kick us off on that one. And then next is rent, which obviously didn't get anything, which is really annoying. And then after that, we have got subscriptions, I think. Oh no, spending. So spending got 25.30. So 30 for spending. Oh, that's 6 of these. Yay, all done. I can't explain how much I'm enjoying this. I hope it's good viewing, because if it's not, then you're just lumped with it for the next ever, because this is just so much fun. So that is that for spending. Luscious. Then we are on to subscriptions, I believe. Yeah, and it's the last one because we didn't get anything for utilities. So we got 10, 15, 20 for subscriptions. Each of these is £5, so we can do 4 of these. And I'm not going to spend much time on this one. I'm just going to colour in these little circles because it's easiest. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Oh, that was the last one. I have to wait a whole month now till I get to do this again. That's sad. Yay, that was so much fun. Right, so 20 into subscriptions. Let's pop this in here. And then pop utilities in all on its own sum because it's got no cash buddies yet. So there we go. There it is. So Savey McSave. So we did buffer. I hope you can see that. Car, clothes, groceries, health, rent, spending, subscriptions, and utilities. Oh, I'm so happy about this. This has been in my brain for so many months, but we had to do the holiday savings first, so I couldn't prioritise it. But yay, I'm so glad that we've got started on that. So yay, so that is it. That is Savey McSave. That is the format that it will be moving forwards every single month on Zero Out and Extra Income Day. So yay, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Do you like this idea? Do you think it's awful? You know, be kind. But yeah, I've got nothing else to say now. Yay, I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy that this has started. And also, all of these trackers from Freya are just exactly as I had envisaged. Like, this is just exactly what I had in my mind. And yeah, I'm just, oh, this is great. I'm so glad to be starting on this. So yay, first £200 into 6 months worth of expenses, aka Savey McSave. So yeah, so I'm going to go and stop babbling. So I will see you in a couple of days on Friday for regular cash stuff in, and I will let you know all about the weekend that we just had. So yay, have a lovely couple of days, and I will speak to you again soon. Thank you so much for being here, and yeah, love you, bye.